So, I wanted to speak about being uniquely you in spite of other people um, maybe criticizing you or misunderstanding um, who you are, really. And I don't think any of us can really get away from the judgment of others. We each walk such unique paths. Um, so of course, being misunderstood is such a common thing because no one can ever fully truly know the depth of who we are. Um, it's a challenge for each of us to get to know our inner worlds, let alone anyone outside of us. But I guess what I wanted to really explore was how how do you be fully yourself if other people have perhaps criticized or shamed certain aspects of who you are. Um, there may be things that you're not good at or things that don't naturally come to you that other people in life might expect you to know or be good at. You might be totally useless at something, and that's okay. We can't. None of us are perfect. We can't be good at it all. Um, it's okay to be clueless or useless at certain things. It's just how do we be totally ourselves, and sort of own our strengths and own our weaknesses. Because, like I said, we can't be good at everything. And each of us is wired so differently as well. Um, I think people can often overlook this that each of us have our own way, our own methods of doing things. Um, like the obvious example that comes to mind here is like autistic people. Autistic people are wired differently from the majority of us, um, and they have such unique gifts. It's like they see the world and experience the world differently. But that's the really obvious example that autistic traits can be very very plain to see. But it's easy for people to overlook if you're wired differently, to overlook your unique way of doing things if it's not as obvious to sort of see. So it's how do you be your unique self, um, and be totally proud of who you are, in spite of what critics and naysayers and other people might say to sort of try and bring you down in life. How do you do that? I think, well, I've been watching a few Brené Brown videos this week um, about vulnerability and sort of showing up in each moment um, in spite of what your critics say, um, and in spite of what the, um, the the shaming voice within you might say, whether it says I'm not good enough or who am I to be doing this, um, or like I really should. Um, this is an area I really should be capable in, or I should be able to do things this way or that way, but I can't because I'm not wired that way. I have my own unique way. How do I show up in life without apology and just be totally me? Even if people might try and poke holes in me and deflate me, and how do I show up and just let the critics sort of say what they want to say? Doesn't matter what other people think of you. That's their business. It's usually their projection. They're usually projecting their own philosophy of how a person should be onto you. But that blueprint doesn't always fit. It's only you who's walked in your shoes from birth to this present moment. It's only you who's walked your unique path over hill and dale. It's only you who can be uniquely you. There is no other you. There's only you who can be you. And I think people can misunderstand this or overlook this simple fact that we're all unique. So if you feel misunderstood, just bear in mind that someone else is trying to understand you from their own reference point of life. But that reference point is uniquely their own. So they can't possibly fully understand other people from that unique reference point because everyone's different. And this is where empathy comes in. That sort of ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and at least try and understand what it might be like to walk in them. And you'll never fully know the depths of someone else's world, but it's amazing what empathic understanding can do to kind of help to connect people and sort of live and let live, live your own unique life and honor and respect for other people have their own ways and their own methods, and they might process things differently, they might learn things differently, they might have their own habits and coping strategies and different ways of functioning. We don't all have the same blueprint. But there is some element of universality about our emotions and biolo- biological mechanisms, but we do share some common ground, but we are all inherently unique individual expressions of, I can't even think of a word of what we are. But we're all unique expressions, for sure. So if you do feel misunderstood or sort of criticised or shamed, just step forward and be you anyway. I really challenge you to muster the courage to be you. Because even if some people misunderstand you, by being your true self, you will inspire many others to do the same. And also, by being your true self, you're more likely to attract people who respect and love you for who you really are. But it's not easy. It's not easy. Not an easy road. I spent many years feeling misunderstood for who I was, frightened of truly expressing who I was. And, so often these days, I've been on a long journey of stepping out my comfort zone, time and time again, doing what frightens me. And now, so so much of what once frightened me now it's just like second nature. And I really celebrate that I can be myself. There's still times when I'm afraid. Before starting this video, I was like, oh God, who am I to be doing this? Who am I not to be doing it? I felt called to share this message. I thought it might be of use to some people. Why not? And yeah, I really want to live in a world where people don't feel ashamed for who they are. That they celebrate who they are. That we celebrate each other for who we are and respect and honour each other's gifts and rich qualities. To create space for each other to really nurture these gifts that we can offer rather than pointing out each other's flaws. What sort of world's that? What sort of world is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I invite you to be your real self. It can be a challenge at first to step out of the closet and say, here I am. This is me. Like it or lump it. Here's my good bits. Here's my bad bits. Here I am. All of it. All of it. Say what you like. Say what you like, because I love being me. I love the fact, and I'm good at this, and I'm crap at that. I love it all. I embrace it, warts and all. I am me. I am free. Free to be me. Free to express who I am, in spite of those who would try to poke a hole in me and try to deflate me. I am me. I am free to be me. And you can be free to be you.